Kiflam, and welcome to Video Game Vision Quest. I made a pretty significant discovery a few days ago while playing Grand Theft Auto Online, while doing some Chiliad mystery investigating, and it was big enough that I felt like it deserved its own video. Definitely deserves its own video, and as you can see, the title of this video is Agent 14 and the Farm. So I was doing some gun running missions, specifically the missions from the Mobile Operations Center required to get the jet bike, the Oppressor, which isn't a jetpack, but is kind of the most jetpack thing in the game. Chiliad mystery, people know what I'm talking about. And it's not a jetpack, but it's getting there. It's getting there. And anyways, I really wanted the jetpack bike, and I've been investigating the gun running DLC to see what aspects of the Chiliad mystery are coming up in there. And primarily there have been a lot of battles with the Ultras. That's been really interesting. More commonly known, and especially fascinating, is the fact that there is definitely an alien mission hitting in the gun running DLC. I don't know if anyone's activated it yet by actually playing the game, but the Codewalkers have found it. Codewalkers is an excellent name. It makes it sound like they're magicians, which they pretty much are in the game world. It's just like .hack. And so I was doing the Mobile Ops Center missions to get the jet bike, and it was after failing one of these that I was given this text by Agent 14. What an outcome. We made all that noise for zero effect. This will be a disaster case study at the farm next year. This will be a disaster case study at the farm next year. Now, this immediately stood out to me. Now, the farm could just be a generic kind of CIA name, like how sometimes people call the CIA the company, or in Stephen King's Firestarter, the spy agency is called SHOP. This could just be like just some vague secret agency sounding name for a place, but people who've been looking at the mystery, especially people who've been looking into it for a long time, know that there's more to this, because if you were to go to the GTA wiki or to the Myths wiki, this is what comes up. This is the very first thing and only thing that comes up as the farm. The farm, also known as the Cult Farm, is a farm located in Flint County, south of Easter Bay International Airport and Easter Bay Chemicals, and north of Leafy Hollow. The farm consists of greenhouse shed, silo, water tower, and a farmhouse, etc., etc. The farm is one of the central mythic icons from GTA San Andreas. It has been the source of a huge amount of mystery hunting in that game because the windows light up blue at night. There are a lot of weird blue lights in town of Blueberry, and this place especially always looked weird at night, and people assumed that it was tied to Epsilonism, because the blue is it's Epsilon blue. That shade of blue, that glowing blue, that magic blue, that's Epsilon's color. And there are a lot of clues dropped on it throughout the game. The farm's farmhouse is notable for having strange glowing blue windows at nighttime, an indication that the farm is related to the Epsilon program. People really looked into this a lot. If you go to the GTA wiki, this is what comes up for the farm. And if you go to gtamyths.wikia.com, this is what comes up for the farm. Now, the people at Rockstar, I'm pretty sure they know about the wiki sites. I'm pretty sure they know that if they put the farm in capital letters in a text, that this is what's going to come up. They know about the myth hunting from the previous game, and most of the mythology of GTA 5 is based on the myth hunting of GTA San Andreas. So this isn't just some accidental naming. I mean, it is definitely possible that it's just someone like the farm would be a cool spy name, but if you work at Rockstar, there's a very good chance that you know what comes up when you put the farm into GTA Wikia or GTA Myths Wikia. Another clue that the farm is affiliated with the Epsilon program is a map that came with the PS2 version of the game, where this location is named a cult location. Although this could also be referring to survivalists. But with the color of Epsilon being blue, lights lighting up like this was always considered to be widely believed by myth hunters to be Epsilon headquarters. Some players think that Chris Fromage and Kifon can be found in this area. Go to the GTA Myth site, and you'll see all kinds of interesting stuff about it, including this long list of steps that people think you need to do in order to activate the secrets of that game. So this is a pretty major bomb that they're dropping on us. This is a pretty major puzzle piece they're throwing in. One, it confirms that they knew. It confirms that all the people who were searching that farm way back in the day were right. That's one thing. But oh man, this brings up a lot of questions. Primarily, what is Agent 14's relation? What is his relationship with the farm? And is Chris Formage or someone at Epsilon the unnamed employer that he talks about? Little is known about Agent 14, as he speaks very little about his organization or background. When he introduces himself to GTA Online protagonists, he informs them that they are not helping him and that he is not involved, just a bystander doing a favor. Is it Epsilon who we're doing this with? In the online heists, well, first of all, the fact that Lester hooks us up with him is in itself very strange and opens up a whole lot of questions about Lester. But the fact that he might be an Epsilon is really interesting. During the online heist, Agent 14 has us free a guy named Robchowski. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Named Robchowski, who used to be one of the owners of Humane Labs. Agent 14 has us free that guy from prison so that he can help us do a raid on Humane Labs, which ends up being for the same thing that Michael and Steve Haynes are raiding Humane Labs for in the course of the story mode. They both say they're going in for something they work on, for a nerve agent. But it's never revealed what it actually is. And the official story that comes out is that it was perfume or something in the single player story. So it's very interesting that Steve Haynes from the FIB is essentially doing the same thing that Agent 14 is doing. That they're both trying to steal some sort of nerve agent from the place. And nerve agent is a pretty vague term. Like, is it something that makes us hallucinate? The fact that it's also a perfume makes me think maybe it relates to the miasma written on the three paintings in downtown Vinewood. Anyways, Robchowski used to be one of the co-owners of Humane Labs. It is currently owned by Don Percival, one of the secret villains of the game. Don Percival, let's read his thing. Don Percival is an ex-Navy SEAL lieutenant general who founded Merryweather in 2003. Merryweather is basically Blackwater. Using money from a coup in Western Africa, he floated Merryweather on the Bossack Stock Exchange in 2010 and is now expanding domestic operations to appease shareholder demand. Percival is also lobbying the U.S. government for a new war in the Middle East, Asia, Africa, or France to help the economy turn around. He's a true American. He recently teamed up with Vinewood star Bruce Spade as he seeks to follow up his humanitarian work in war zones with military action. Nice little slam against all those false celebrity charities out there that are actually intentionally spreading war. Yeah, Percival is based on Eric Prince, the founder and former CEO and chairman of Blackwater Worldwide, now Academy. Lester Crest is not a fan. Ron's not a fan. Merryweather is definitely a bad guy. This is definitely a very bad dude. On the other hand, Agent 14 is also a bad dude. So what is going on with the Humane heist? What are we stealing from them? What is going on with Humane Labs altogether? But more importantly, back to our original subject, what is Agent 14's relationship to the farm? And does this mean he's connected up with Epsilonism? Is Chris Fromage or someone at Epsilon working on robbing Humane Labs because of whatever strange things they have going on there? Is it all part of Epsilon? And what is the true meaning of Epsilonism? There's a lot more videos to talk about here. But the fact that they have now confirmed in just this little tweet that you get from losing a mission, interestingly, that Agent 14 is with the farm. That's a major puzzle piece to drop. That is a huge, huge, huge piece of the puzzle to drop in a text. Now, where that puzzle piece connects to, that is going to take some more investigating. But this is kind of a big discovery. I was blown away by this. What is Agent 14 up to? What is the connection to Epsilon? And just to go full tinfoil, let's crank some tinfoil at the end. Is he talking about the farm in this current San Andreas? Or is he talking about the farm in the original game, going parallel universe? Matrix theory people should definitely be looking into this. And another little thing that's probably just my imagination, we made all that noise for Zero Effect. Zero Effect is the name of an incredibly brilliant detective movie that came out in the 90s. Definitely look that up and watch it. What an outcome. We made all that noise for Zero Effect. There's only about a 10% chance that this is anything but my imagination, but that could definitely be read as we made all that noise for mystery solving. But again, that's just a little tinfoil at the end. The fact that this is a solid confirmation that Agent 14 is connected to the farm and that the farm is actually something major, that the farm actually was worth looking into and probably still is, because they keep putting out GTA San Andreas. Yeah, that to me felt like a really big revelation, and I thought that had to be a video. And one personal synchronicity I'll add at the end. When I first went to look this up and brought up the farm on the GTA wiki, you can hear me mention this in the original video, I found an advertisement at the bottom that I couldn't get to play. It was just this hand holding an Epsilon blue ring. At first I thought it was from GTA, but it turns out it's an advertisement for the new Lord of the Rings game. In the commercial, there are two kids holding the ring and bringing the power of Lord of the Rings, into their world. Pretty interesting synchronicity when talking about Epsilonism and Matrix theory. This is Video Game Vision Quest. Kifon.